always having me be a part.
What's up, guys?
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement. From the coaches to the players, to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all of sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
I'll look at the West All-Stars starting group. We've got Harden. Luka Doncic out there with Stephen Curry. And there's Embiid, and it's Davis at the power forward.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And this game literally has been wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duty.
James Harden is back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Down low, and Jokic slams it in.
You know, you never know what Jokic is going to do because he's so unpredictable when he's working in the screen and roll.
Here's Curry going inside. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played. Well, you can't expect lockdown D in the All-Star game, especially in the first half.
Harden outside. Back to Curry. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
You know, he's almost the perfect defensive player. He's got length and strength, and he's athletic. And Giannis plays the game hard all the time, too, which is impressive.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
And here's Jokic after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. KD passes to Cooper. Pocket 6. And that one's good, Jokic. Jokic has got his second basket of the night.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Way downtown. Doncic testing the limits of his range there.
Inside, Cooper. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. Floats one up. He takes it up and lays it in. Doncic has got 8 points.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star Game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star Week.
Here's Curry following the basket by Jokic. They double-team Curry. Pass to Davis. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You know, with his ability to stretch the floor, Davis really adds another dimension to his team's offense.
Curry against Cooper. James right side. Great D that time from Davis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Harden surveying the D. Again, the West All-Stars.
I mean, it's hard not to appreciate Harden because he's a complete package.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I did get a chance to speak with Steve Kerr a little bit. He spoke about the defense against oddly enough. In past All-Star games, as we know, defense isn't given much thought. But he thinks the players on this team are so competitive, they may take pride in their ability to get stops. That sounds inconceivable, guys, but I guess we'll see.
Thank you, David. Catching up on the changes for the East. Jackson, he's checked in for Jokic. Simmons comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Paul George, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's John Morant in for LeBron. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the West All-Stars. Booker against George. Booker inside. Simmons pulls it in.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
Cooper against Young. Here's Cooper. He's got 10. Sinks the three-pointer. Cooper's got 13 points.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Young against Morant. Booker with no one around. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Tatum against Cooper. 1:35 left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Simmons. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Booker. Pass to Tatum to the paint. Sabonis misses from short range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Cooper against Sabonis. Here's Cooper. 13 points in the game. To the inside. Out to Morant for three. And Tatum pulls it down. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. It's sent back down by Simmons.
An elite defensive threat and presence. Simmons understands exactly how to use his body to position himself for excellent defense.
And he nails the three. Nice shot from beyond the arc there from Cooper. Now it's a 5-point East All-Star lead. Tatum against George. And the rejection by Jackson. And that one's good. Morant.
The contact can't trip Morant up. He just glides past it and into his shot.
And so it's the East All-Stars heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll return shortly. It's a completely new group for the East All-Stars.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. Doncic out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Harden, and there's Davis, and it's Embiid in at the 5.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Cooper against Doncic. Cooper kicks to James. Now the pass to Cooper. Three-pointer. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Cooper's got 19 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Outside Curry. Pass to Embiid. Launches a three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Embiid's got 5 now.
Well, you know, that's the kind of competitive spirit Embiid plays with. I mean, if you knock one down on him, he's looking for you the next trip down.
Antetokounmpo passes to James. Doncic against Cooper. The East All-Stars need to get another shot. And if Jokic missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Cooper. He's got 19. He's feeling it. Here's Jokic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jokic has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Curry can't get it to go. Curry's gone 3 of 8 shooting from the floor. Out to the wing. Here's Cooper. The second effort. And it's Jokic missing. And it's Davis with the ball for the West All-Stars. 17-point game. And they pick up 2.
Really good court awareness that time from Anthony Davis. Seeing the floor and making the right decision.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Typically, there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Davis. Cooper against Curry. Beyond the arc. And it's Cooper missing. 50 seconds left in the first half. It's Curry with the drive. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Curry does not just hurt you from deep. He is a clever finisher on the drive. Lethal at penetrating and finishing.
Yep, that one goes in there. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Cooper. That 3 off the mark.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
And Doncic hits it to go.
Boy, from the moment he entered the league, Doncic has been an immediate star, capable of big nights just about any time he's on the court. How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Embiid wide open, and it's good off the back rim and in. Embiid's got 5 points in the quarter. And so it's the East All-Stars enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things. And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star Game.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second half's even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the East All-Stars, Antetokounmpo out there with Durant, and it's LeBron James. Then there's Cooper, and it's Jokic in at the 5 spot.
You know, at close range, Curry has a plethora of shots. You simply can't allow him to get those looks.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court, and Doncic throws it down.
And that's a momentum shifter. A steal leading straight to the basket.
Cooper against Curry. Here's the 3. Lets a floater go. In deep. Jokic drops it in. Jokic has got 18 points.
Well, he's so crafty. A really tricky player. I mean, Jokic likes to go with the floater when the defense least expects it.
Curry with a wide open look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists tonight. Here's Cooper. The West All-Stars pull it in. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Doncic. And the rejection by LeBron.
Phenomenal work on defense. James using his athleticism to make a statement with that one.
Cooper with the bucket.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Doncic with it. 17 points in the game. Driving in, and the dunk by Doncic.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And the East All-Stars call time here. And the East with some changes. Jackson comes in for Jokic. And it's Paul George in for Antetokounmpo. And West also making a switch. Butler's checked in. And it's Cooper missing. Here's Davis. Here's Curry with the 3. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here. I'll tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
And the call will be against D. That's his first foul. We've got 1:13 left in the third. For the lead, drains it from beyond the arc. Cooper's got 24 points. I think you're right. You know, the complexion of the game usually does change at some point. Things get a little more serious. And, you know, especially in the second half, great guys start to play with a little bit more intensity.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And that's what's starting to happen now. I mean, these guys are such great competitors. And even on a night as fun as this one, you just can't take that will to win away from any of them.
And it's the East All-Stars with the ball after Luka Doncic's 3-pointer that didn't go. And he hits the triple. 3 points there on the shot from Cooper. Now it's a 6-point East All-Star lead. To the middle, here's Embiid, and the dunk by Embiid.
Hey, defenders already have a lot to worry about with Tatum scoring. And he's making passes like that, too. Watch out.
Cooper against Harden. Shot and game clock separated by 5. This one for 3. The West All-Stars pull it in.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Yeah, and for them to reduce the lead, they should keep the pace brisk. I mean, that's how they've generated the highest quality shots.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And a chance here to just double-check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
And you know what? We're watching exactly what the officials are seeing from the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus. We've got the time right here, so they're making sure they got it right.
Well, they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, we're back in a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star Game.
And, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star Game, is there?
On the floor for the West All-Stars, they've got Anthony Davis. Harden out there with Doncic. Then it's Tatum, and it's Embiid, and at the 5, roaming the paint, Cooper. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. To the paint to take the lead, and Embiid lays it in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the West All-Stars?
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 24 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And so James will bring it up for the East All-Stars. The 3, and that will fall. The three-pointer on the line from Cooper. Cooper's got 15 points in just the second half. And the West All-Stars with possession, trailing by 2. Harden the pass to Embiid. Harden outside. Over James. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And one difference in this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Curry's checked in.
And you really have to like what they're doing at the line in this half. Free throw percentage now up around 92%.
Harden bounce pass. Embiid. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic has the size necessary to deny shots, and it helps when he's engaged on the defensive end.
And a wide open look for James. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 4 assists in the game. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's Cooper. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Here's Curry. Harden can't hit. Now the East All-Stars with it. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Here's Cooper. The three-pointer, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to